Hello and welcome to the End User Report. We are your hosts. My name is Clarence.
And I'm Jamal.
Yes, we are back. We were on a slight hiatus there. I do apologize for the 5 people who do watch this podcast. I was going through a time of personal growth, and when I say personal growth, I mean drinking brandy for breakfast and watching Scott Pilgrim on a daily basis.
I was just bored.
I figure, you can only play World of Warcraft so much before it all starts to get a little
I
old.
was so deep into a Cataclysm, it's unbelievable.
I figured as much. You couldn't even answer your friggin' phone.
So, what are we talking about this week?
We are talking about CES, but before we do get into that, I do want to welcome some of the people who did subscribe while we were on a furlough, I guess you can say. Jerk Kid 313, Lyndon 212, and Sashi All One. Thanks for your support and thank you for watching. Push other people to subscribe. Why not?
We actually have some good content later down the road.
But let's get into it here. We're talking CES 2011, and we both love this time of year. You know, new resolutions, new year, and of course that means new gadgets. We're just going to go today and we're going to talk about some of the things that caught our eye and maybe some things that you should pay attention to. So Jamal, why don't you go ahead and give us a start?
I think what caught my eye first was the Motorola Zoom tablet, 10.1 inch screen, rocking Honeycomb Android 3.0, has the dual-core Integra 1 GHz processor, front-facing and back-facing camera. Hopefully to come out in March 2011. Let's see what happens. This might be the iPad's real competitor.
Yeah, tablets definitely seem to be that's what seems to be CES is about this year, is about tablets. And I'm actually going to bring up another one. I'm actually going to bring up the RIM Playbook. Originally this was called the Black Pad. This is a 4G tablet, 7-inch display, 1 gigahertz dual core processor. That's the big thing because that's going to make, I think that's going to solve some of the multitasking issues that we've seen on some other RIM devices. 1 gigabit of RAM, front and rear facing cameras, 1080p video playback, HDMI out, HTML5 support, and is also 3G capable. So if you're in an area that doesn't have 4G, you can still use this tablet. So I think that very well, at least as far as the business side of it, could be a real competitor to the iPad because you got to think, one thing that RIM does do well is email. If they can just work out the kinks on their OS, I think that's going to be a big thing for businesses.
Plus on top of that, which I think you didn't mention, was it has WiMAX radio in it, which is sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
I guess I'm up right here. We're going to talk about basically Sony Ericsson last year came out with this really horrible phone called Xperia X10. And I don't know what they were thinking, but they introduced this new phone called the Xperia Arc, and this thing is just beautifully amazing. Is it beautifully even a word? It's amazing. HDMI screen, brilliant screen, HDMI output, has an updated OS, and it basically runs the latest version of Android. Hopefully it's going to be subsidized by all of the carriers, especially T-Mobile, my favorite carrier, only because I'm on a 2-year contract with them.
Oh yeah, 2-year contract that you don't pay, but
Actually I do. I'm up to date on
payments. Oh, you are? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. New Year's resolutions.
That's
right. Okay. My next device I'm going to bring up is the Droid Bionic, and this is going to be one of the first 4G phones that's going to come out on Verizon. A lot of people are saying this very well, at least for 2011, might be Verizon's flagship phone. 4-inch display, 512 megs of RAM, 1 gigahertz dual core processor, 8 megapixel camera. It's going to be running Android 2.2, so it is going to have that Flash 10 support and HTML5 support. I think this might be one of the hottest selling phones of 2011.
Last thing I have, and it's more of a software rather than anything else. It's a piece of program called Plex. It's basically a video management program. Right now it's only offered for Apple products, but what it does, it takes all of your media, not only on your computer, but also from the internet, whether it's YouTube, and kind of transcodes it into MP4 so that you can play it and then you can transport it to your iPad or to your iPhone. Pretty neat little software. Hopefully they expand this to non-Apple products, which would be really great to have maybe something like that on your computer or on your laptop. What things did you not like about CES?
Well, I'm not going to say there's anything that I didn't like. There wasn't a whole lot that if I didn't like it, I didn't really pay attention. There is one thing that kind of made me say, really? The whole idea of the fridges and the appliances that were internet capable, you know?
Yeah.
Downloadable apps for that. I'm thinking to myself, wow, someone can now hack your stove and make it so you can't shut it off.
Yeah, that's
I'd
good.
be a little wary about that.
They're gonna have to work some kinks out there. I have a couple of them, and one of them I hope no one even bothers to buy this. Is the T-Pain microphone.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently, your little kid can sing "I'm in love with a stripper" in auto-tune.
What is
For
happening
40
to
bucks.
this world?
I know. A couple of things else. They had a side like robot thing, and really I call it the Failbot show because they showed robots that could wash windows. Like, who cares? I mean, really? I don't care if a robot can wash a window.
I got something that can wash my windows. It's called windshield wipers.
I know. And very, very little showing of Android devices, although I mentioned about the Zoom. I really thought that the Android 3.0, even though it's kind of early in the stages, I really thought there was lack of showing there. A lot of devices that had Android on it didn't have the latest version of Android, which I thought was a disappointment. And last but not least, and this is more of a situational thing, Yahoo TV, did they not get the memo that Google TV sucks and Apple TV sucks?
Yeah, I
How did they come
didn't
up
get
with
that
Apple
memo.
TV?
Everyone, just get Netflix.
Thank
Okay,
you.
just get Netflix.
Call it a day.
Pay your $7.99 a month. Stream it to your Xbox, your Blu-ray, or whatever. Just don't do it. Just
Don't do it. And one thing I like to just say, I would maybe keep an eye on, Intel brought out this new processor. They called it the Intel YD or WIDI, and I guess they call it a Wi-Fi device. It allows you to send your video signal built into the chip out to your TV. So I thought that was pretty neat, you know.
Yeah, a couple other devices that did catch my eye were the Acer Iconia. I don't know if you saw this thing. That's the dual touch screen laptop. I thought that was a cool idea. I do kind of have a couple reservations about it. The fact that it was kind of set up under certain conditions. So
Yeah.
anytime you see something like that,
Usually
it did
means
catch my
it's-
attention. I say keep your eye on it for now.
Keep your eye on it, but it's probably some product that was rushed out to the floor just to wow people.
Well,
but-
get buzz going. That's part of what
Yeah.
CES is all about. So.
Exactly. Okay.
Well, I think it's about time for mashup. We're going to do this a little different this time. We're actually going to have our camera girl read us the topics. You know how we do this. 5 headlines, 5 quick answers. So, yeah, let's do mashup.
Okay, on Tuesday, January 11th, it is expected that Verizon will announce that the iPhone will be released on their network. Go, boys.
About freaking time is what I say. But I don't think it'll make a difference in terms. I think that sales will go up for Verizon, but I think that right now there's so many different phones out there that I don't think it'll put a dent so much in sales. Who knows? I could be wrong.
I'm going to kind of quote indirectly the late, great Bernie Mac on this one. I believe in stuff when stuff happens, okay?
Yeah.
I've heard this forever now. The only thing that I've heard more than this is that Brett Favre was going to retire, and I don't believe that either. So I believe in stuff when stuff happens.
It reminds me of that prom date that promised me. Well, anyway.
Yeah. We don't want to go there.
So,
All right. Reports are that Sony is thinking about offering a touchscreen PSP.
Yeah, nobody cares, okay? Sony, do you get that you are number 3, which wouldn't sound so bad if it wasn't a 3-horse race? You're behind Xbox and the Wii, just nobody cares.
You create a dildo for a remote, and then now you're playing where we can touch screens. What are you thinking,
I'm gonna
Sony?
move over here.
Digital scale company Tanita is making child-specific wireless fat monitors.
I have a solution to everyone's problem with child obesity in this country. Send your kids outside. Very simple. Give them a ball, give them a stick, just get them away from the games, I can't believe I'm saying that, and send those kids outside.
Nintendo 3DS is expected to have battery life of only 3 to 8 hours.
Well, we better plug that sucker up into the wall outlet.
I say great, and again, I will repeat, send your kids outside. What are you playing a DS for 8 hours for? Just
I'm more worried about kids going blind with the
Exactly.
3D than the freaking 8-hour battery life. Who cares? That's it for me.
I'll talk to my mom for 3 hours.
The iPad 2 could be released as early as February 1st.
Now I kind of feel bad for all those people who spent all that money to get an iPad for Christmas,
Yeah.
and you got no ports and no camera.
Is it gonna come with Flash? No.
Yeah, how's Flash working on that?
Yeah, it's. I don't see how that. It's. Does it have tethering?
Get a Galaxy S Tab, people.
Yeah.
Just get a Galaxy S Tab. I mean,
Get a netbook. It's only like $298.
or just get yourself a Nook Color and hack it, huh?
There you go. We should do more podcasts on hacking the devices that we have, because I know you've hacked a couple of your devices.
I've only rooted my phone. I have no idea what you mean by hacking.
Ooh, that's right. Can't say that. I think
But
Okay.
that does it for us here with the End User Report. Remember, you can always follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget, send us emails. Especially send us comments and subscribe on YouTube. If you got any other devices that maybe you thought were better than ours, we'd love to hear your opinions. You can always send us email at theenduserreport@gmail.com.